They don't know they're stupid. That's the dangerous part. A stupid man doesn't walk around drooling or tripping over his own feet. He walks with confidence. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he sees the truth. He talks loudly, explains everything, and lives in delusion, while his life quietly collapses behind him. And worst of all, he doesn't shut up. He speaks before he thinks. He reacts before he observes. He blames before he reflects. That's what makes a man truly foolish. Not lack of knowledge, but lack of awareness, lack of control. Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." But stupid men live in tomorrow, or worse, they live in someone else's idea of today. You want to know if someone's truly wise? Don't just watch what he does, listen to what he says. Because a man reveals his level of discipline, pain, and self-respect in his words. So let's break it down. 6 things that only stupid men say. 6 verbal red flags that expose weakness, cowardice, and delusion. If you catch yourself saying these, kill the words before they kill your potential. 1. That's just the way I am. This is the anthem of a dead man walking. He's not trying to grow, not trying to adapt, not trying to sharpen. He thinks that because he was something yesterday, he must stay that way forever. That's not strength, that's slavery. A stoic man knows your personality is not your prison. You're meant to evolve. You must evolve. The man who says that's just the way I am is telling the world, I've stopped changing. He's found comfort in his dysfunction. He'd rather die as he is than suffer to become who he could be. Marcus Aurelius told us that we can't control what happens, but we can control what we think. But the stupid man denies this. He blames his childhood, his zodiac sign, his genetics. He treats his flaws like birthrights. Truth is, what you are is raw clay, and every day you choose, will you shape yourself into something dangerous and divine, or will you rot in excuses? 2. I don't care what people think. Sounds strong, right? But most of the time it's a lie. The man who says he doesn't care is usually the one who cares the most. He wants you to think he's above judgment. He's trying to wear armor made of words, but underneath he's fragile, ego-driven, emotionally flammable. The Stoic doesn't need to announce his indifference. He just lives it. He doesn't need to declare war on opinions. He's too busy mastering himself. As Epictetus put it, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. The stupid man is obsessed with appearing strong, but he's terrified of actually becoming strong because that takes silence, patience, and solitude. So, the next time someone brags about not caring, look closer. He's probably addicted to attention because only the insecure feel the need to convince the world they're secure. 3. It's not my fault. Ah, yes. The national anthem of the weak. The man who always blames external forces, his parents, his boss, his ex, the economy, the algorithm. Everyone else is responsible for his failure except him. This mindset is spiritual cancer, because once you give away the blame, you give away the power. You're no longer the creator. You're just a victim of the storm. A stoic man doesn't run from responsibility. He grabs it like a sword. Even if the situation isn't his fault, he makes it his fight. Why? Because taking ownership even of things you didn't cause gives you leverage to change them. Blame is a delay. Responsibility is action. The stupid man thinks that by avoiding guilt, he avoids pain. But the wise man knows you either suffer the pain of growth or the pain of regret. And regret never forgets. 4. Why should I try if nothing changes? This is a seductive lie whispered by defeat. It's the logic of someone who wants a result without discipline. He goes to the gym for 2 weeks, doesn't see abs, and quits. He tries to build a business, hits resistance, and folds. He apologizes once to his girl. She's still angry, and now he's done trying. He expects fast returns from a slow universe. He treats effort like a vending machine. You push the button, you get the snack. But Stoics don't play that game. They live by process, not praise. Musashi didn't ask, "Will this duel change my life?" He simply prepared, trained, fought, and repeated, because the value is in the doing, not the outcome. The moment you ask, "Why try?" you've already lost your fire, and a man without fire is already halfway in the grave. Remember this: the man who keeps swinging, even when it looks pointless, is the one who breaks the wall. 5. I deserve better. This one's tricky. It sounds motivational, it sounds empowering, but it's often used as a weapon by those who haven't earned anything. Stupid men love this phrase because it lets them feel like kings without building a kingdom. They say they deserve loyalty, money, love, ease, while doing nothing but existing. Here's the truth: you don't deserve a damn thing. You earn it with blood, with scars, with daily self-mastery. A stoic man doesn't walk around demanding what life owes him. He asks, "What am I willing to sacrifice for it? What am I willing to do to be worthy of it?" Desire without discipline is delusion. You want better, then be better. Otherwise, you're just another child in a man's costume crying for a throne he never built. 6. That's impossible. The final nail in the coffin. Stupid men say this not because things are impossible, but because they are unwilling. They see someone rise from nothing and they say, "He was lucky." They see someone build a body of steel and say he's on steroids. They see a man who controls his emotions and say he's fake. Why? Because to admit that greatness is possible is to admit that they failed to reach it. So it's safer to call it impossible. Seneca once said, "Difficulty strengthens the mind as labor does the body." But the foolish man doesn't want to be strengthened. He wants to be validated in his weakness. He doesn't want the truth. He wants comfort. So he calls everything outside his limited worldview impossible and laughs from the safety of his mediocrity. Let him rot there. The cure for stupidity is brutal self-honesty. Being stupid isn't about IQ. It's about how you think, how you speak, how you face reality. You want to stop being stupid? Then start by silencing your mouth and sharpening your awareness. Because the wise man doesn't need to prove he's wise. He lets silence do the talking. He lets results speak for him. He observes 10 times before speaking once. He uses words like weapons, not like noise. You are not what you post. You are not what you say you'll do. You are only what you repeatedly prove when no one's watching. And if you want to become dangerous, respected, untouchable, then kill the weak phrases that are killing your power. Stop saying you don't care. Stop saying it's not your fault. Stop saying you deserve better while staying average. And for the love of all that's still divine in you, stop saying, "That's just the way I am." Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more men. Men who speak like they mean it. Men who think like warriors. Men who've killed the coward inside, become one of them, or die sounding like everyone else. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.